Hey, it's Guido. In FlexBI, we are importing a lot of dimensions, measures, and also properties, but we're not importing everything. So if there is a field in your Hansaworld that you would like to see in FlexBI, now you can add it. In this video, I'm going to show you an example how to create a dimension from the payment terms. I will use the documentation page for that. It can be found under the account setup guide, Hansaworld data source, and advanced settings for custom fields. So the first step is to find the register code and the field code. Register code can be found under this Hansaworld source file import documentation page. Here is a list of all the cubes and all the registers available for every cube. So I'm using Hansaworld invoices cube and I'm using invoices register. So this is the code. Now that I have this code, I have to go to my Hansaworld, open the techniques module, use the export import format to report, and put in the code that found previously. If I run this report, I get a list of all the available fields for this register. So I need the payment terms field, and I went through the list previously and I found that this is the field. So this is the register code and this is the field code. Now that I have found these two fields, I can use it in the next step, where I have to go to the source data section, have to edit my Hansaworld application, go to the next step, and use the advanced settings section. So let's go through step by step what we need to specify. And the first step is the first two codes that we found previously, right? And the other one was pay deal. So this is the register code, this is the field code. So the next thing we need to specify is the name. So it's just your name that you want to see in your reports, how you want to name this dimension or measure. So I'm just going to name it my payment terms. Next, I need to specify what cube am I going to use this. I can find the full cube names in the Analyze section. Right, so yeah, I can see Hansaworld invoices. So that's the cube name. The next, I have to find the dimension name. So I know that this field is in the invoices register, and I know that there's an invoices dimension as well that corresponds to this register. So I know I'm going to have to use the invoices dimension. Next, I need to specify what kind of data type this field is going to be. And in this case, I can use string because I have letters in this in the field, so I have to use string. Next, I have to pick: do I want to have it as a dimension? Do I want to have it as a measure? Or I want to have it both? Since there's text in this field, I can only have it as a dimension. And so I'm going to specify that yes, I want to have it as a dimension. And next, if this field is taken from the item level, then I need to specify what's the level name. Since in this case I'm using the record level, right? So this will be, all of the columns here will be item level, but I'm using a field here which is a record level. I don't need to specify that. But if you had to do that, you can find the correct level name under the dimension in the FlexBI under all hierarchy level members, and you can see the name here. And next, I have to just find save, click save. This will update the application setting with what we have specified just here. So now that it's updated, I need to go back and edit again. And if I go to cube properties section now and find the cube that I want to import this custom field in, there will be another section available, right? So here I can see invoices custom fields. And since I want to have it as a dimension, I have to check the box and click import. This will start the import, and now I have to wait for the import to finish. Now that the import is done, let's go and see what's the result. So I'm going to go to Analyze section, click on the invoices cube that we used, and now I can see that there's the custom fields, another custom field section available. And under there, I can find the new dimension that I specified. Now, if I drill into, I can see the results of the last 90 days. The reason is that the refresh period on my Hansaworld application by default is 90 days. In order to have all the data linked to this dimension, I would have to go to the Analyze section again, and I would have to empty the invoices cube. So one note for emptying this cube is that it's going to erase all of the data from the cube without erasing reports, calculated members, and so on. So if you erase this, there won't be no reports, no data on the reports until you re-import the data again. So after I empty the cube and after I import the data, I will have all the data mapped and the dimension available to fully use. Now the import is done, and let's check the full result. Again, going to invoices data cube using the custom field section, dimension, and now I can see the full result. Very similarly, you can also import new measures or properties. So, and if you have any other questions on how to use these advanced settings for custom fields functionality, you can contact us at support@flexbi or just by clicking here.